there are all the necessary button clicks. Let's double check audio.
Oh my.
That says it's right. That says it's right. It looks like we are good to go. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the goddamn show. We're playing some more Night Below. Last time, they killed all the bandits, got some loot, and, yes. So I believe the plan is for us to continue down and try and put an end to the evil plot that's afoot and about. I'm right behind those feet on the screen. There we go. Anyway.
You make it sound so noble. We're just really on a murder spree that just haven't topped out yet.
You know, you gotta do a good sell on that.
We're building a society.
I wouldn't say it's a murder spree. It's a freelance problem solving.
Or I like to call it.
And murder is our number one tool in the caddy.
That's it.
Manifest destiny.
All right. So, am I correct in that you're all done up on the surface for now and are getting ready to head back below?
Yeah.
Well,
we'll have a bath.
Yeah. We got a touch of bookkeeping we got to handle. So, yeah.
Especially Pitchfork. Pitchfork has to take a bath. After
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you crawled down in the fucking
poo pit.
Poo well.
I mean, somebody had to.
No, nobody had to. No.
You either take a bath or you get the host.
We're level 5, right?
Is that right?
Yes. Yeah.
That is right. So, what happened? My bits overlay decided that it doesn't want to work. Hang on a second.
I made many great decisions fueled by margaritas.
Aren't all great decisions fueled by margaritas?
By margaritas, I mean just like one
That's
very large margarita.
It's okay. Tonight,
It was a 3-gallon.
will be fueled by sipping cream.
John is such a fan of sipping cream.
I am.
Okay. So apparently I don't understand this. What is sipping cream?
Well, this particular one is a banana pudding flavored. Think like a Bailey's Irish cream, but banana pudding flavored.
Okay.
It's
That makes
quite
sense
tasty.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mind immediately wonders how it would be in hot cocoa.
That's a fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my roommate got strawberry flavored stuff, and I was tempted to try banana strawberry.
Where do you acquire some of these things at?
Taco Bell.
This is just at like a festival of foods. It comes in a jar.
Oh, that's why I've probably never seen such a thing.
Mm-mm.
I think it just recently came out, but yeah. Appalachian sipping cream.
You're talking about things that would require me to leave my house to go get, so.
But it's alcohol, Dan.
I do go out of my house for that, but it's pretty rare anymore.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fair.
All right. So, yeah, we've got just a touch of bookkeeping. So, it is official. Alex had some personal stuff going on, and he has stepped out of the game. So, right now, there's Colin, who one of you could opt to pilot and have him tag along as an NPC. There's also Andrin, the level 0 character who wants to tag along because his girlfriend got kidnapped. After that whole fort thing, I'm like, you know what? Let's let him level up. So I moved him up to level 1. He is now a level 1 cleric.
Yay.
The wholesale slaughter of people inspired him to find faith.
Yeah. His HP was really, that HP roll came through chief for me. So at level 1, he's got 3 hit points.
Ooh.
It's because he's got a -2 on stamina. Yeah.
Balls.
I'm going to say that Andrin's alignment, he's lawful. He is an innkeep. That's great. Yeah. His strength is a 0, but he's got a lucky birth augur that gives him a +1 to attack rolls. So he's got a flail that's +1 to hit and 1d6 damage. And he's got some basic armor. You all could kit him up. And his spells are Bless Ally, Detect Evil, Detect Magic, and Holy Sanctuary. So, that means there's, depending on how you want to handle Colin, that means there's technically 2 clerics in the party right now. And I will tell you that Andrin is probably going to level very quickly, or die very quickly. One of those 2 things. Probably not both.
Like, so I'm hearing business as usual.
Yeah. So yeah, that means the party is the 4 of you, along with Jason, your human fighter, Snaggle, your dwarf, your unnamed human beer carrier number 2,
As he shall forever remain.
Donkey, and Andrin. So, anything else you all want to do before you delve back down below? No?
Provisions.
Sure.
I'd rather not, be eating mushrooms and moss. And
Sure.
I'm assuming we've already passed on information to the people that needed it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you've been through Millbourne. I'll say you could probably, why don't we say this? You all can swing back through to Millbourne before heading back down. And we could say you take a handful of days, let some HP build back up, recover any stats, get decked back out, like was mentioned on provisions. You've got Donkey and human beer carrier number 2. So, and then you've also got the magic house filled with money.
The real question is, like, how many tinfoil hats did we get to try and keep the main flares out of our heads?
Go ahead and roll me 2d4.
I have a quick question. Does the beer carrier are they actually carrying the beer, like a cask of beer right now? Or?
That's what you all told him to do. So,
okay.
Yes.
I got 6.
You could help him out.
We could.
Well, we help him out because every stop we're drinking a little bit off of that keg.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we topped it up in town, obviously.
Every opportunity we get.
But here's what I'm thinking. I have a couple of thoughts. We get him some armor. I don't care if he knows how to move in it, but just some armor, so he's well defended. And then I don't know, tie a rope or something to the barrel, and I don't know, he can throw it or something if need be. Swing it.
So he's got a shield +1 and studded leather armor. So his AC is 15.
Oh, wow.
I mean, invisible companion could carry the beer, but then what would beer carrier number 2 do?
I know.
Be a free
we have to do that. Otherwise, he does that other thing that is inappropriate in public spaces.
We got to keep those hands occupied.
That's how he got the job in the first place. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, provisions, not a problem. Basic supplies, sure, why not? You're rich as fuck. It's not a problem. And yeah, you'll head back down. You spent a little time in Millbourne, maybe inspected the wreckage of Thrustmaster. It's thoroughly razed.
It thrusts no more.
It could be rebuilt, but there's not really anyone hanging around to do the rebuilding.
But you know what's
There'll
funny?
be orcs here
There's
soon
all
enough.
these orcs that are ready to occupy that base, and for a fair wage and some land.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, howdy, have they got some strong backs? And
Boy,
we
howdy.
already sent our emissary over earlier with the signed
You did?
papers of the Lord's Son.
Yeah.
So,
And to be fair, like the outskirts of Thrustmaster are already kind of shit to begin with. So really, it's just open the door for new opportunity, as you say.
I mean, yeah, you could just get Thrustmaster deeded over to the orcs, and then all the land between the Half-Cut Hills and the Shrieking Mire could be opened up to, orc farmlands.
Yeah.
Cattle ranches.
Cattle ranches.
Milk beetles.
Lingerie shops.
Exorcana.
Lingerie
Lingerie
shops.
store.
Let's just get right to it.
I
Milk
think-
beetles.
I
Milk
think the
beetles.
lingerie store is going to be a big hit with the orcs because I don't think they've had it before, and I think they're going to be
No.
down for
I think
it.
it would be a real luxury item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
They may not even consider it to be might not even be faux pas to just wear it openly out in public.
I
Yeah.
don't think so.
It'd be
No.
like a status thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You show that off. Now picturing just orc streets and the
Just
well-to-do just
assless
travel.
chaps everywhere.
Assless chaps everywhere.
Corsets, so many frilly corsets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, what orc doesn't like some silky underwear? Come on.
I know, right? They all
Once they experience it, they'll never go back.
they'll
I
never
haven't
go
met
back.
one yet.
Oh snap! Joe
See,
said
we're
hi
not
from the
just
chat.
murder hobos.
It's a joke.
You are
Yes.
entrepreneurs.
Oh, we are.
Yeah. Right now, Joe's on a plane to Canada.
Oh my gosh.
But you're
He's
supposed
fleeing
to
the
turn your
country
phone
just
off.
to get away from
Yeah,
us.
Make
Joe.
it crash.
Turn your phone
Fire
off,
makes
Joe.
your plane crash, Joe.
Airplane
Don't-
mode.
No. He was never seen again.
Maybe he's got that fancy Wi-Fi.
Oh no! You got to pay for that, don't you?
Maybe he's got a fancy seat that came with it.
I don't know. I haven't been on the plane since like
I don't know.
2004, so
Same.
Who knows? They can't stop.
look at that. Two olds watching the stream from Joe's house right now.
I bet. Are you gonna leave some mooses there?
You should. All right.
should.
Actually, let me check my notes. I did so little prep this time. I didn't even check my notes for what we were going to do next time. Yeah, I didn't leave any notes for what we're going to do next time. So I am right on task.
Awesome. We were
yeah.
going to go back down.
You head back Milbourne. From Milbourne, you you head down through the mine. You know where to go. You come across your orc kingdom, Farbauti.
Hey there, honey. Going back down to the depths.
Okay.
Get you some new digs all set up there. I think you'll be real proud of what we've done.
Nice. She will dig
A
that. I'm trying
little
to
bit of a
remember.
fixer-upper, perhaps, but, character building.
It was it Brunhilde?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let me see. How's
Still ice his card, and you can have him come and fix the place up.
Farbauti doing? Has he killed the rest of his brothers yet?
Not only did he kill them, he found a pet cat first, and he got them all to fall in love with his pet cat. And then one night he tied them all down to their rock beds, and he ate the cat in front of them. Just to drive it home.
Wow.
Oh, shit, son. I'm scared of you. Oh,
I mean,
wow.
Hardcore.
Wow.
Also, not allowed near my pets.
I'm okay with setting up orc country, but I think I'm afraid of my son.
You
I'm gonna
probably
go
should
face-
be. You should make him king real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go fight some mind flayers now because I'm less afraid of that than I am of my own child.
That is absolutely fair.
he'll be king when we're gone, or something like it.
Something like it, yeah.
He could just be king now, and we'll just stay out of his way. That I'm fair. I'm good with that.
Are we actually going to need to go and recruit the mind flayers to save us from your son?
It may be.
Surprise turnaround. Like, oh god.
Spinning the whole module on its head.
Yeah. So yeah, after that, you pass through the Blingden Stone, and then you're back on the path, heading down to the city of the whatever it is.
To the place.
Yeah.
It's just so broken.
So let's roll a die here. Okay, that's what I needed to know. Someone put a Russell on the screen.
He's guiding the way.
He's guiding the way.
Does he know the way?
Clearly, he's
This is
pointing
the way.
to the Grell. Maybe.
He's pointing that direction. The path you need to take. So the majority of the journey currently is uneventful. You're becoming more and more familiar with these tunnels. All right, Joe, you have fun going to Canada.
Try to avoid any twin towers on your way there.
Now Joe is on all the no-fly lists.
He always makes the 9/11 jokes. It just
Yeah. He doesn't do it on stream, though, so that could be a shock for our audience that Joe is the true bastard of DOK. Hang on. Phone.
just put them in the way.
Yeah.
I usually get a solid laugh out of them every time, though.
Yeah. All right. Eventually, as you're moving along, you're noticing every now and then there's slight tremors, maybe a little dust falling from the upper levels of these caverns you're moving from or through. Until eventually it opens up into this huge, just monstrously huge cavern. So large you can see like there's even like some clouds forming in the upper part of it. It's just that damn big. And the thing that really catches you off is that the circular chunk of tunnel that's this goddamn big is just riddled with giant holes, like 60-foot in diameter holes, just all over, like Swiss cheese. There's some smaller ones. There's a few that kind of look like they've merged or collapsed into themselves. And these holes are entirely lining all of it. And you know that you're still on the right path, but it's now going to be a matter of crossing this section of terrain to continue on your journey. So, I think what I want to do is we want to we're going to do like a skill challenge. Each of you are going to come up with a way to help the party move across it. We'll roll some dice and we'll see what happens. So, who wants to start us off?
I mean, I could just fly across it with the invisible companion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Pitchfork gets scooped up under his arms and zipped like halfway across this chasm. Now, Pitchfork, as you're kind of flying
This is
along,
where I die.
yeah, you can see there's these holes are like these deep tunnels just stretching into darkness. And every now and then that reverberation, it kicks up a little more, rumbling, maybe larger rocks start falling here and there. And with the way all of these giant holes are all over this cave, it kind of makes it hard to track which direction it's coming from. It's just the echoes just play around here. So,
I'd like to help out with that because number one, I actually am a stonemason, and number two, I am a dwarf. So we've got to kind of get that innate rock sense of going underground and kind of keeping our head for such bearings.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what I'd roll to use that, but that's what I'll try and add to the mix.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I was just gonna try to like sneak across quietly and avoiding very large holes to fall in.
Okay. So I'll tell
take
you,
a guide rope with me if people want.
Well, Farbauti, for this kind of test, you know things. I'll tell you what. I'll let you. Why don't we throw personality at it? Because that's kind of the closest we've got to wisdom. Since you're a dwarf, since you're a stonemason, I'm going to let you bump that die up twice.
Oh. That's just going to be a D30 roll then.
Yep.
Here we go.
Nice.
That's a 30.
Oh my gosh.
What?
That's a fucking 30.
Wow.
Wow.
A
All
nat
right,
30.
hear me
I
out.
don't know that I've ever actually seen one of those.
I have
Well,
not
I got it
seen.
once with Dr. Cuspid gathering
Nice.
some teeth on
That's
that
right.
Last Will and Testament game.
Yeah. So you're finding the sturdiest kind of patches to move through and across this. You're kind of taking it in. You can see that some of these giant holes are definitely cut a little newer. Some of them are definitely older. And I'll also throw it out there with that 30 because that's amazing. You can see that these holes, it looks like they're really kind of just shoveled out, not drilled, but like it's just something's just shoveling these tunnels in all directions. And the lining of these tunnels is packed hard, like after kind of shoveling it out, something very large kind of pushed through, kind of compressing any loose bits.
Sort of giant worms the earth kind of thing.
It could be.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Who knows? Yeah. Sweeney, you're moving sneaky like, so I'll tell you what. Let's see what we got, because it will be an agility based test.
Okay.
I do think we'll want to look at just agility on this, because you're
Yeah, that's fine.
moving quietly. It's a little rough.
Boo.
The four, yeah. Got any luck?
I do got some luck. I'll spend 3 points. That'll give me another 6, so that'll raise it to a 10.
Sure. Okay. 10's a lot better. All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gadsby.
I'm watching. Nothing's happened to him.
No, yeah, you see Farbauti walking across, finding the sturdy spots to stand on. You see Sweeney trying to sneak across, not being as graceful as you've seen him be before, but he's making it through, no troubles. Pitchfork just zipped on across. So if you're just watching, why don't you give me an intelligence test?
9.
9's not great. It's not terrible.
Oh, wait, we
Ash-
slept, right? So luck's back up. Will a 10 be any better?
10 would be better, yeah.
I'll spend a point of luck to get. Wait,
Okay.
actually, hold on. That may not
It's
need
an
to.
11 for you, Bert.
Yeah, it will make me an 11. Yes.
Okay, 11's even better. As you're just kind of hanging back, watching, studying how they're moving across, you're noticing that, like I said, there's this cloud, kind of almost like thin fog formation along the top. This area's large enough, it's damp enough, it's got some vapor up in the air. And every now and then, like as your fellow party members kind of move, maybe a little rock shifts, maybe something drops down a tunnel, you can see that some of these clouds like move, like there's a little bit of air coming out of some of these holes here and there. And you can kind of see it like gently blowing through this mist. And as you're kind of watching, you're seeing that it's kind of coming closer to you all. But the thing is, it's never like, it's like, okay, it's a little closer on the top, a little closer on the bottom right, this here, like all around. It's kind of creating all these little eddies and whatnot. Something's creating some air pressure and moving towards you all.
Okay. Hmm.
And yeah.
How far away is it?
So I'm going to say probably the entire length of this giant cavern. We're going to call it like probably 400 feet. And right now you're looking at like somewhere between like 200 to 300 feet from where you all are. It's very large. Like Pitchfork flew across and he's like way out there, like halfway across. Maybe,
well, I'm going to keep an eye on it.
Yeah, Sweeney and Farbauti are maybe like a quarter of the way across.
Load my crossbow, keeping an eye on it. I'm going to get some distance because I want to shoot at that thing when it's in my range.
Okay. So you're moving out and into the...
I'm going to move out.
Okay. I'll say you can kind of watching, because you did watch, you can follow behind like Sweeney, who took kind of more of the sneaky, stealthy route, or Farbauti, who's definitely finding very solid, sturdy footing. Who would you be following on that?
For Bowdy, he weighs more. If he made it, I can make it.
Okay, that's fair. So, yeah, that'll be kind of round one. I'm going to say the NPCs are kind of hanging back, watching carefully, kind of waiting for you all to give the go-ahead that it's safe to move along. So we'll come back around. Pitchfork. You kind of...
I mean, since there's something fun coming, is it closer to me than it is to them?
By far. Now, you hear, like I said, it's kind of hard to get a sense of sound as to where this thing is, because the sounds kind of echo and play. You're further out. A lot of this sound is getting kind of funneled directly at you. But you're kind of picking it up too. Occasionally you can see the little air movements coming at odd angles. Yeah.
Is it kind of like moving in a line, or is it inconsistent?
Generally it's inconsistent from which direction of the cave interior, but the one consistency is this disturbance is moving closer. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Maybe I can try and just do like maybe force manipulation and just kind of yeet some energy out somewhere away from the rest of the party. Just see if it reacts to that.
My dogs are acting like asses. All right, so you're throwing out force manipulation. What are you trying to do with that again?
I'm mostly just wanting to do the ball of energy thing, where you just throw energy at a space.
Okay.
Just mess with a patch of ground somewhere that's away from everyone.
Okay.
Like way out to the side or something.
Sure. Yeah, you get your ball of energy. 16, you've got what you want. Are you downcasting that for the ball of energy?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. And yeah, go ahead and we'll just give me a strength test here.
Oh no. I hate to ask what the strength test is for.
11's fine. So you kind of arch up, you throw it. It goes a pretty good distance.
It has a range of 25 feet per caster level.
Oh, okay. So it not necessarily your throw strength, but your caster strength on how far it goes. So what is that? 125 feet?
125.
So you throw it down almost clear to the end of this thing, and you watch as the ball of energy, you can see the clouds kind of being disturbed by it as it flies through. And it drops into like one of these big pits. And you can see the atmospheric little movements here and there kind of stop. And it takes a moment. You realize it's heading back the other direction, kind of where you threw your ball of force.
All right. Maybe we got a game here then.
Okay. Sweeney.
The invisible companion navigates me around and I run interference.
I'm going to continue my sneaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was leaving out a rope, but I'm pretty sure I've only got about 50 feet.
Okay.
So.
Well, you can kind of leave out the rope and maybe like your NPCs hang back at the end of it. Just give them a little security line and then also a lead on which direction to follow.
I got another 10.
10's fine.
I'm almost out of luck. So
yeah, means nothing bad happens, but you don't get a whole lot extra. Yeah, you continue moving on. Yeah. Farbauti.
Well, I don't know how to top what I did last time around.
I'd let you carry it forward if you want.
I mean, I'll keep doing what I'm doing. That seems to be going really well.
Yeah. You rolled a 30 on a D30. I'm not going to make you re-roll this. You continue moving forward. And you start really you got that dwarf, like kind of almost trimmer sense going on. And as you see the pitchfork throw something out, and as it kind of sinks into the distance, you can definitely feel that you would occasionally you get like this little rumble here and there. It becomes almost consistent, and you can kind of feel it's a ways out, but like the stone kind of stressing and cracking somewhere off in the distance. You just get this feeling of it.
All right. I'll try and make sure I'm in a good spot to deal with whatever that is when I'm worried it's going to shovel its way through.
Okay, sure. All right. Gadsby, you're moving closer. You're still muted.
Okay, when I'm at close enough range to send an arrow through whatever that thing is, I'm going to do it. So my range on the crossbow is 240 is my far range.
Okay. Easily. You don't necessarily have to make a roll. You kind of aim up like, 45-degree angle. You let your crossbow bolt go, and it goes. You hear it drop down into one of these other tunnels kind of as it moves through these clouds, and you hear it clatter.
If it makes any difference, it is magical, and it is demon slaying.
Oh, shit. It doesn't necessarily, it's not going to make a lot of difference now. But what you will notice is like this disturbance was moving towards you. Pitchfork threw something and started moving away. And then with the clatter of your crossbow bolt into one of these tunnels, it starts coming back even faster towards all of you. And as it's turning around and coming back even faster, the reverberations, the vibrations in the ground, the atmospheric kind of disturbances coming out of all of these tunnels increases. So you got the idea, like Pitchfork threw something out and it went that direction. You shot something, it didn't go as far, and it turned and it came back. It's definitely seems to be tracking.
Oh, sound. Okay. Yep. So I'm going to try and move quieter now.
Okay. You can go ahead and, if you're very much focusing on quiet, we can finally kick over to your sneak roll.
Lowest roll I've ever gotten, a 16.
Wow. Your sneak is really good. Okay. Let's see what's going to happen. As you're all sneaking through carefully, we'll start back with the pitchfork. You threw it. It started kind of moving that direction. Gadsby shot a crossbow bolt. Like it landed like behind you. He didn't have the distance to get it as far as what you're... And it stopped, and it's coming back faster, harder. These vibrations are picking up more.
Just so I can get it lined out, we'll go ahead and try and do the chill touch here.
Okay. Start precasting. That's a 14.
Good enough.
Yeah.
That's all I need, so I can get my mercurial effect for 3 turns.
Okay.
So, trying to think if I want to try and maybe I'll try and throw one like adjacent to approximately where we think it might be.
Okay. So you're kind of
force manipulation.
Judging where it's at, and you're trying to throw it again to see if you can kind of get it to stop there or something.
Yeah, like maybe it's gonna come shooting out of a hole, and maybe we can attack it or something.
Sure.
If it's close enough.
Sure.
We can get it to expose itself.
Tunnel flasher.
Yeah,
that's right.
You get high enough so you can downcast. And you kind of, it's coming up. You can feel like it's almost on you. And so you kind of throw down, you get your timing just right. As you feeling
and
all of these...
I don't want to be directly above wherever this is, but...
Okay, sure. Yeah, maybe you move back a little bit and you time your shot right as it's kind of this ring of disturbance is moving closer, you throw it down and everything stops. The vibration stops. Everything goes silent.
I figured it'd be my luck that it just leaps up out of the sand and eats me out of midair just on accident. So I definitely don't want to be like directly above.
You
wasn't
are the
thinking
person that
about that.
likes the spice. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be appropriate, Dan, that, you know.
I mean, I would have no choice but to fireball it from inside.
Yeah, so Sweeney, Farbauti, Gadsby, you're all moving forward carefully, slowly. Pitchfork throws another ball of force, and all of a sudden it stops. Everything's quiet. No more vibrations in the ground. What do you all do?
That's
I'm going to
reassuring.
keep trying to be quiet and
Okay.
cross.
Okay.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hang back just a little bit,
All right. Farbauti.
looking and listening.
You know what? Fuck it. This thing's just gonna keep pestering us one way or another. So I'm gonna find a really good solid chunk of ground. And I'm gonna reach as far as my little dwarven arms can reach. I'm gonna be tapping out and away with the shield. Kind of tapping over
Okay.
this way. And then having the axe ready, hoping that it's gonna come up to bite where that shield is tapping and then
Sure.
smack it.
I really like that idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it just comes up and swallows all of me all at once.
Right.
Which was its
Like,
first mistake.
I see the pitchfork doing something strategic up there, so let's fuck that up.
Give me just a second here.
That's all right.
We don't
It's
know
gonna be
that
funny.
Pitchfork does strategic things.
I don't know that pitchfork does strategic things either.
Strategic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's only half in quotes, because,
Yeah.
you know.
And
There's
as
no strategery.
Yeah.
you start
strategic
tapping,
I just wanted it to appear. It's gotta. I hope you're ready to be cooked inside of it, Farbauti.
you know what? I've got some trouble bits. I'm going to go ahead and use one of those as a reroll. That's a lot better. As you start tapping, all of a sudden, just fury, intensity, speed. This rumbling is intense. Huge chunks of rocks are falling. These almost like a playing a jug. As this air movement's moving through all these tubes, you can hear that whoop, 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 whoop. And then from underneath where you're tapping, you feel the ground start to give for a moment and then just erupt up. And you're kind of on the edge as you just see this giant circular maw come erupting on the ground underneath of you. What's your AC?
Not 27. It's
Okay.
26. That reroll was well spent.
As it collides with you, you're first going to take 19 damage.
Oh boy.
And then you need to give me a fortitude save.
Okay.
That's a 6. That is a 6. So
Yep.
sadly, I didn't have time to make a cool image, but this giant purple worm-like beast. In fact, it is a purple worm. So I'll tell you what we're going to do now that Farbauti has been swallowed whole. Let's get some initiative going. I need to throw out your new NPC friend.
You know, I fought one of these in a second edition game once.
Well,
We won. And then we had to escape on a barge made of dead bodies. We were in a sewer. It was weird.
all right. Why don't you all roll initiative for me? Sure, everything's going to be great.
Yeah. As I recall, these are super easy to defeat.
Super easy.
Mm-hmm.
Low hit points, low AC,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
slow movement.
Pushovers, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easy kill.
Oh
It's a
shit.
worm. How bad could it be?
Andrin, your new cleric, rolled a 20, and with his fantastic initiative bonus, he's at a 19. So Andrin's going to start out. Who's going to be piloting your baby cleric?
I nominate Pitchfork.
I second the nomination.
Looks like it's you, Pitchfork.
Ratified.
Andrin's
Because
token.
Dan needs to make more spellcasting rolls.
Yeah.
I shouldn't, though. I'm so bad at them already.
I think that's the fun of it. All right, Dan. Andrin's token's on the table. He doesn't have to do anything. He can just hang back and wait for an opportunity to heal. His spells, I just put Bless Ally, Detect Evil, Detect Magic, and Holy Sanctuary. And he's got his Lay on Hands healing ability.
Let's see what I can do with these things. It's been a while since I played a cleric, so I got to double check what the range on some of these are. Okay. I feel like this would make sense then. Since what?
It doesn't count.
I
I
haven't
was
even-
test rolling. That was me. That was me.
I haven't even done
That was
anything yet.
dance roll.
I haven't even made mistakes yet.
Let him make a bad decision first, Chuck. Come on.
Yeah.
Out of fear for his own life, Andrin will cast Holy Sanctuary on himself first, which will hopefully make him less of a target.
I really like that idea. Okay.
That's a great idea.
There it is.
Okay. I mean, it's a failure.
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's
This
fine.
approval still improved by 2, anyways.
Yeah. I did. All right, Gadsby.
Nothing's different.
Nothing's different. Gadsby, you see this thing lunge up underneath this giant, disgusting, purplish worm. It's like raised up like halfway into this giant cavity. So it's just this giant meat tube. That's a good shot.
Yeah, if it happens to be demonic, it does more damage.
It sadly is not demonic. You put 4 points of damage on this thing.
Oh, and I've got that ring. Gives me another action,
You
right?
sure do.
It's a D16, though, right? For the second.
So no, your ring gives you just another D20.
Just another action. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Bang. Oh, missed that one
12
probably.
is a miss. Yeah. If you wanted to luck that up to a 20.
No. That's okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Farbauti, you are inside this thing's mouth cavity with rocks and stones. You can see there's a series of like cilia, like these meaty, pulpy fingers kind of dragging everything down further into its gullet. You're muted.
Because I'm surrounded by all this horrible gook.
Yeah.
But the good news is I am inside it, so I've got
You are.
ample stabbing room. What I'm hoping to do deed-wise I want to be stabbing, pulling up, and then jamming my shield in, and then pulling up. Basically doing pull-ups with weapon and shield.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
Basically like the Wolverine crawl.
Yeah. I dig. All right. Go ahead and roll it out.
All right. Let's see how that goes.
So, seeing as you are inside and you're not being hindered by its thick exterior hide, your 17 does hit.
Woo.
And
Nice.
you are pulling and crawling back up towards the mouth.
Sweet.
So that's 15 damage. That's great damage.
That's number 1. And then I've got a couple of D16s to toss in there.
So that 15 is short by 1.
It's like I'm trying to get to the fleeting light page. Founder's been a little funky for me tonight.
Yeah, I'm showing you've got 7.
I'll spend it.
Okay, I'll go ahead and reduce it here.
Damn it, now it won't let me get back to my character sheet. Piece of crap.
And that is 13 damage as you continue your climb up.
Nice.
All right. Then I'll use my rings, D16.
Yeah. Uh, 13, that is 3 points short. Do you want to spend more luck?
Yes. I think I want to.
Yeah, and at that, you find it yourself like right behind the teeth of its closed mouth.
Okay, and then I've got my shield bash.
Okay. $19 to hit for 8 damage. Okay. Yeah, that was one hell of a climb.
Yeah, it was.
All right, Jason. As those of you outside watch, this thing kind of like shudders and like starts kind of whipping its head side to side. You're guessing Farbauti maybe it's giving it a little indigestion. Jeremy, you are also Jason.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Let's see. I'm trying to think of a good deed for what he can be doing.
He is pretty good at his ranged.
These things don't really have eyes or anything crazy like that.
No, none that you see, no.
Are there... Yeah, I don't really know.
Okay.
I imagine he just tries to, like, as it's gnashing its teeth around, maybe, tries to find a spot where the teeth come open just a bit to get into a softer spot.
Okay, sure.
Come on.
He is shooting against the exterior AC, so it'll be a little tougher than it was for you. This deed will pop off.
And
That is a hit. And that is a hit for 8 damage. That's pretty good.
now it's got that annoying arrow like right in the roof of its mouth
Yeah,
or something.
like it cracks just a moment. He lets his arrow, bites into something soft and fleshy inside. And as that happens, Farbauti, for a moment, this thing's mouth kind of roars open. As you're kind of like this thing's whipping around, you can see your friends down below. You figure you're easily like 50, 60 feet up in the air.
Oh.
And its jaws snap back shut. Does Jason have anything else to do?
I think that's it. I don't think he has his second action yet.
Okay. Very cool. Sweeney.
I'm gonna move in and try to stab.
You are leaping between narrow ledges. You run up to this thing's base where it's poking out of the ground. That's 3 short.
3 short. What do I got left in the luck pool? I will spend my last remaining fleeting luck and one of my personal.
Okay. That'll get you up to a 21. That's a hit for 6 damage.
Yep.
All right. Swinging some more.
Yes. I'm not going to bother trying to luck that one up.
Sure.
But I will swing again, since I've got that ring with an extra action. But again, not going to spend that amount of luck.
Okay.
But I did get 1.
Okay. Anything else? Now, I would remind you, Sweeney, that for one of your action die, you're swinging twice with the halfling dual swing ability. So when you use your extra action die from the ring, that is a left swing and a right swing.
Oh, that's right. Oh, give me a shot.
Nope.
No.
Okay.
That's okay.
Pitchfork.
How big is this thing, anyways? Like,
60 feet in diameter. The amount that's coming out of one of these giant holes, like it's 60 feet long, and it's not all the way out either.
so I could easily fireball somewhere on it and not hit the rest of the party that's in melee.
Yes.
That's the important thing,
Okay.
because that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. I can get behind that.
And by that I mean, like, I'm gonna lose it.
And you do. Yeah, you do.
And then I'm gonna spend a point of personality, and then I'm gonna lose it again.
We do. I'm seeing 4 banked rerolls.
Oh. We'll save those for people who are more valuable.
Up to 160 feet, doing 66 damage. Arcs like a catapult.
That's ridiculous.
Okay. Cool.
Does lots of fun things.
Roll that damage out then. And this thing will get a reflex save. Give me a second here. Reflex save, and I got a clear 25. I beat a 25, so I'm going to take half damage. That's 13.
Dang.
All
Not
right.
as good.
Still.
13's not bad.
Yeah. All right, so there's your fireball. There was your other fireball. Anything else?
That is both of my actions.
Sure. Okay. So it becomes the worm's turn as it launches itself up and out of this hole and into like a hole in the ceiling. Mouth wide open. Farbauti, you see this tunnel coming, this hole coming at you. And as it collides, it's just taking in all of this rock and stuff. I need you to go ahead and give me a fortitude save.
Okay.
I think this is gonna suck.
Especially when I insist on rolling 2s and 4s.
Yeah. That's rough.
Did you not pay your forge tax, Jeremy?
Nope.
As you collide, you do take 15 points of damage.
Ow!
And
it turns out 26 AC is not nearly as good as you think it is.
it depends on the
It does so
situation.
little
It
for
really
you.
does. Yeah. And it pushes you down. You're kind of buried in with your weapon, so I would like you to roll your main weapon damage again.
Okay. I'll just roll the...
Yeah. Roll your regular attack, and then because it's going to push you down. You're going to be kind of down back where you started at, like the back of the mouth cavity. It forces it down.
Fuck you, game.
That's fine though. It doesn't count. I just wanted the damage. But as it kind of pushes itself down, you're just kind of like ripping down the inside of its, cheek area. I gotta do math. There's my math. And it collides hard and it starts burrowing up into this rocky tunnel. And the back half of it, it's now visible, as the front half with the head and Farbauti inside is now inside these stone tunnels.
Oh, if you're not coming out the top, you're coming out the bottom.
All right.
So
Snaggle's up.
Snaggle is up. Snaggle will attempt to charge forward and cut off that end of the tail. Got a stinger or something, right?
So
I don't know. I'm gonna try to cut off the end of the tail.
Okay. Yeah, Snaggle can run up and try and take a swipe at the end of the tail. That's
not with that roll. He's not.
No, he's not going to do. Have Snaggle go ahead and give me a reflex save.
Ooh, fun. Oh, that's very exciting.
leaps up to take a swipe at this tail and doesn't judge his landing right. And he kind of teeters on the edge for a moment. Let's do another reflex save.
Awesome. He is a dwarf, so his vertical leap is not spectacular.
Okay. Snaggle lands hard and he almost slips and falls into one of these giant holes, but just kind of catches himself at the last moment.
Fair. I feel like that probably puts me out of position to strike with my shield.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
All right.
All right. Top of the initiative round. What's Andrew going to do there, Dan?
Yeah, I was just looking at blessing ally, but do I have to see them or touch them?
Let's take a look.
I don't see it.
So, range, self, or touch.
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong screen then.
It's kind of weird pulling up the spells in Foundry.
Oh yeah, there it is. I was just went straight to the pulled up description where it doesn't say. I was like,
no, you got to then click
it.
on the spell data link, and then it tells you all the details.
Dang, that means I gotta touch people.
That is accurate.
I don't want to do that.
Now, Gadsby and Sweeney would definitely be in range that Andrin could run up into touch range to cast the spell on them.
All right, that's what it's gonna be. We're gonna bravely run up there and touch somebody.
Who are you touching? Oh,
no, never mind.
Andrin is not very good at his job. Okay.
I don't think it's Andrin's fault. Somehow.
Gadsby, you're now looking up as you see this giant worm ass hanging out of a tunnel in the ceiling.
Well, I gotta shoot it in the ass. It's the only sane thing to do.
I agree entirely.
There's no one on it right now, so there we go.
There's not.
17?
You need a 20 to hit. You're going against the exterior. Yeah.
Yep. Second shot.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
there
hit.
It is.
26, 3 damage. All right. You're all doing good about putting damage on this thing. It's almost at 50%. All right, so that's your 2 shots. Yeah. Anything else?
Well, my position seems fine.
Yeah.
Not in any imminent danger, so no, I guess that's it.
All right. Farbauti, you are inside, further down inside the gullet. You do have kind of the spots that you hacked in to climb up, along with this huge strip that you cut down when you got shoved back down with more rock.
The deep, heavy sigh, and then repeating the process because he doesn't want to get to this thing's belly.
Okay, you don't want to go down, so you're going up.
No, he's worried that if he lets himself go down, he's going to end up to wherever like all these rocks and shit get digested, and wherever that is, he doesn't want to be.
Yeah, that could be, a built-in monstrous rock tumbler.
And I've already lost a lot of hit points.
Sure.
Oh, God.
So, yeah.
Back on so, yeah, my deed will once again be the climb up with hacking and slashing.
Okay. Deed pops off. Once again, you're going against the internal AC, which is a 16. So that is a hit for 10 damage.
Okay, and then number 2.
17 is a hit for 14 damage. That is fantastic. Also, I will say that 14 damage puts us at less than 50% now.
No. And that next one's the last of my sword actions.
As you're fighting your way back up from the inside.
So 10, 14, 16, then shield bash.
That's a great shield bash, yeah.
You are not going to eat me, you son of a bitch. I'm going to bring you back to my child. And I'm going to make armor for Farbauti out of you.
Nice.
Gonna make a whole apartment out of him.
You
That's
definitely
true.
could, yeah. All right, Jason's turn. Once again, he just sees this giant worm ass hanging out of the tunnel.
I mean, it already got shot in the ass.
Yeah, it did.
So, maybe it's got that initial like pucker, and he's gonna go for like just trying to thread the needle, kind of like do a prostate shot.
Okay, yeah,
Try
yeah,
to
yeah.
make it, whoa,
Going for the brown eye.
kind of stun it. Yeah, go for the brown eye. Maybe make it stop and question itself for just a second.
Yeah. Deed's gonna pop off. That is not enough. That's 10 short.
Yeah. No.
That's a little ways away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. That throws us at Sweeney. Sweeney, you could certainly try and leap up and take some swipes at this thing.
Yeah, I'll try to leap up, but I'm just going to try a single stab with the dagger of venom.
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
And
Oh, oops. Oh,
oh, come on, Andrew.
Dan, that was a great spell roll.
I know.
If only it counted.
I know.
Also, that 12
I
is
meant to go
miss.
look at the information page and hit the wrong
I figured
thing.
that. I'm gonna stab again.
Okay, you leap up with your other action die, and that will hit.
Yeah.
25 to hit for 3 damage as you slice at this thing's hindquarters.
Yes, and since it's a dagger of venom, unless it's immune to poison, it has to do a DC 13 Fortitude save or take an additional D6 poison damage.
It's gonna pass this.
I'm pretty sure it's gonna pass that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
31. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Other stats.
That's all I got.
Not so great. Fortitude. It's got.
I figured, but that was my best chance at getting some kind of damage.
Sure. All right, Pitchfork.
I don't even want to play anymore.
What are you gonna do, man? You got 2 actions.
I mean, yeah, we'll do it again. There it is.
Would Pitchfork has sleep?
He does. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
That would have been a perfectly valid roll from my character.
Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't go through. Do you got another spell casting action?
I don't have any more offensive spells, so no.
Oh,
No, I don't.
Okay. Yeah. Because you, only you had, if only Enlarge could go the opposite direction. You got Lightning Bolt?
Can? It's a once a day cast. And I'm not sure about casting Lightning Bolt on the worm with Farbauti inside of it.
That's fair.
So, yeah.
He'll be fine.
Okay. All right. Well, as you're all watching, the worm entirely disappears into this tunnel. It is out of line of sight, and you can hear it rumbling in the depths. Snaggle's turn. Of course, Snaggle, there's no target currently.
Mm-hmm. I'll pull out his bow.
Okay. Let's get ready for that.
Yep.
All right. I'll kick us up to the top with Andrin. Dan, is Andrin going to try anything?
I'm almost scared to have him do anything at this point either. We'll try blessing one more time so we can just extend that crit range further.
That is a critical roll.
That
There you go.
Hooray.
So who are you putting this on? They receive a +2 to all attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and spell tests for 1 turn.
Who has got our best range at the moment? I guess that's the question.
Probably Gadsby.
Yeah. Gadsby it is then.
All right, Gadsby. Andrin, your baby cleric, blesses you, and you get a +2 to everything. All right. And Gadsby, that does take it to your turn. Sadly, the worm is out of sight. Anything you're going to do, or are you just going to wait?
Oh, shoot.
What'd you do, Dan?
That actually, I forgot to switch to the token for Andrin.
Yeah.
So it'd actually be a +5 instead of a +2.
Oh, okay. What does a 27 get you?
Bonus to all attacks, blah, blah, blah. Bonus is equal 1d3 plus caster level.
Okay, roll that D3. All right, bumps it up by 1. So,
Well,
yeah.
What's his level?
One.
Oh, he's only.
So
Okay.
Gadsby, it's a +3 instead of a +2.
Okay.
That's for a turn. So it'll stick around for a while. But yeah, worm's out of sight. Just going to wait.
Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Don't see anything. Worm's gone. Have we crossed the chasm yet? Or have we gone all the way across yet?
No, you're not. You're still maybe at this point, like almost halfway.
Well, now that I'm feeling a little boost from the gods, I will continue on. Crossbow loaded.
Okay.
No, just a +2 after all. I don't know why. When I rolled sleep, it was a +5. He's apparently a better spellcaster than cleric.
Oh,
I don't know how that happened.
I'm not terrible.
I've been blessed by the worm, Shai Halud.
yeah.
So sorry.
That's all right. All right. Yeah,
I'm
you
all
still
confused.
see
Run in an uneven pattern now.
Yeah. Laugh, Love, Lendy, thank you for that raid. That's amazing. Right now, we're in the Underdark, and they are being attacked by a purple worm. And
We're waiting for Sting to appear.
yeah, Jeremy's character Farbauti is inside of the worm.
Getting a tour.
Yeah, getting the tour. Speaking of that,
All up in those
Farbauti,
guts.
you've crawled your way back up. You're behind its teeth.
Oh,
Its mouth is closed currently. But you can feel heavy movements, twists, turns, rumbling.
all right. Well, I learned my lesson from last time, getting pelted by those rocks. So
Yeah.
it may not do a whole lot offensively, but for my deed die, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my shield planted to the forefront next to where those teeth are. So if anything else comes through, that nice
Okay.
little tower shield can help prevent some of that nonsense.
Absolutely. Okay. Very
And then
cool.
I'll use that to kind of stay myself, and I'm just going to stab up as much as possible. I don't even really know if worms have brains. Farbauti's hardly any sort of
Yeah,
scholar by
sure.
any means, but in general, normally, if you're in something's mouth, you stab up and you hope you
Okay.
hit something important.
Okay, yeah. You'll get your deed out, and I'll tell you what, since you're using your deed to kind of brace yourself with your shield in case more rocks come in, when that comes up, we'll, if your deed die passes, we'll figure out how to translate that. That's a 4. Good. 25 to hit, 12 damage. That is great damage.
Okay, switch that down to my D16s now.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
You're hitting the internal AC, so 16 does connect.
All right.
14 does not. That is too short.
I can't see my fleeting luck.
I'll open it up
I
for
think
you. You still should have. You got 3 points of fleeting luck still.
I'm gonna spend it.
Okay.
I really don't want to die.
Okay.
So I'm just a stabbing fool.
You are now just awash with blood and pulpy gum material from the inside of this worm's mouth. At 12 is a miss. You're 4 points short.
I'll let it go.
All right. Jason, no line of sight. Is Jason going to continue moving on across?
Yeah, I think he's moving along, keeping an eye out, but there's
Sure.
not really much to do until he can see something.
Sure. Absolutely. Sweeney?
Nothing I can see, right?
Correct.
Just looking to see if I've got anything else that I can think of that'll help right now. I got nothing. Guess I'm waiting.
Okay. Are you moving in here or just staying in where you're at? Because you can see Jason and Gadsby moving farther across.
All right. I am going to actually. I'll take a cue from Farbauti, and I'll start banging my dagger pommel on a rock.
Okay.
Trying to bring it back.
I appreciate that. All right. Pitchfork.
I can make some noise as well, but maybe a little farther from everybody. Just a little bit further from
I'm
everybody.
making confused.
Sure. Okay. How are you making noise? Are you flying up to a different part of the wall?
Now we're gonna stick with the force manipulation.
Okay. Sure. Absolutely. Roll that thing
But first,
out.
I gotta cast enlarge again because it's been enough turns.
What are you enlarging?
Or not enlarge. Gosh darn it!
You
That's
wanted
supposed to
chill
be
touch.
chill touch. Yeah.
Well, why don't we just take the results? That's a 19
Yeah.
and look at chill touch.
I don't care what the results are on chill touch. I'm just using it for the mercurial effect.
Okay. Keeping your face going.
Yep. Keeping the face going.
Another 2 rounds.
There we go.
All right.
And then we'll cast force manipulation. Nope. Never mind.
And you lose force manipulation.
Oh,
Okay.
God bless.
So you don't manage to make noise as Sweeney starts feeling a more intense rumbling coming from underneath him.
As the second worm. No.
Oh God.
Yeah. So
When this thing devoured Farbauti, about how big around was its mouth?
it
Did I get a
opened
good
up
look?
to pretty much its entire diameter, so like 60 feet.
Boom. Okay, lovely. Okay. Cool.
That's a 31 to hit for 21 damage. So you're gonna take the damage, but I need you to give me, and actually I need this to be a reflex save.
Me?
Yeah. And it is a high number. And you did absolutely
20.
great. And I'm going to give you your options here.
Mm-hmm.
You see it coming. You see these teeth come out. They're going to deal some damage on you. You're going to take that 21. You have your option. You can try and leap back out of the way and you won't be swallowed. That is something you absolutely can do. Or you can try and leap further in to be swallowed and attempt to team up with Farbauti inside.
I will attempt to team up with Farbauti inside.
So yeah, you dive into a safe area. Farbauti, you've got your shield blocked. I'm not going to make you roll any damages. All of a sudden, the mouth opens wide again. All these big chunks of rock start pummeling inside. And then as it kind of settles in the dust, you see Sweeney kind of in the back of this mouth, kind of all these like finger like cilia, kind of like trying to drag him down into the gullet. And after that, it's Snaggle's turn. Did you have any other action, Sweeney's?
Yeah, I do have another action.
Oh, wait.
Check out that ring. It hasn't been my action. I just got swallowed. That's all.
Well, no, okay, that's right. Because you went beforehand and there wasn't anything to do. And then Pitchfork went.
Right.
And now it's the worm's turn. My bad. Okay.
Yeah.
You were swallowed. Then it goes to Snaggle.
Snaggle's turn. All
now,
right.
Snaggle and everyone else outside will now see this worm is again, hasn't emerged as far. It's maybe like 20, 30 feet out of the hole. And you can see that it also has swallowed Sweeney.
Why do I keep doing that?
Those are good rolls, Dan.
I keep clicking onto my character sheet.
Yeah.
Off of the other sheet because I just have them layered on top of each other.
Yeah.
And I just keep clicking spells. It's like
nice.
Why?
Why? All
All
right.
right. So Snaggle is he is going to try to, as this thing is coming out, he is going to try to like bum rush with his shield out and try to like knock it askew so that it can't just like plow through another way. You're muted, Chuck.
I'm muted. Yeah. So he's going to bum rush with the shield. I'll tell you what, this will be we're going to call it a shield bash.
Okay.
If this is going to be his primary attack, I'll let you take it at the D20.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just gonna roll with the longsword, but we'll do
Sure.
the damage for the shield bash.
yeah. He
Do it
does
or
need
not.
that to be a 20.
Does need that to be a 20. Let's see what he's got in terms of luck. I will spend the 9 to. Well, the D die isn't going to go off, so
Okay.
never mind.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, he runs. He does his primary for his shield bash. He would still have his shield bash action. So if he wants to just try and bash it again,
Sure.
to see if he can get a hit, and he does not.
No. Okay. Where's the shot?
Okay. Passes up to Andrin. Dan, our NPC
who-
baby cleric.
Who else is left to bless?
Snaggle, Jason, Sweeney, and Farbauti are inside.
Yeah, Jason's got a bow, doesn't
Yes, he does. Run up and
he?
bless
Blessings
Jason.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Nope.
10 failure.
I don't know why I even bother.
See, now Dan, I feel you on this because recently in Jeff's Monday games, I have been rolling hot garbage. Like was in our last Fragged Empire, I rolled like 30 some odd dice and like 20, at least 20 of them were ones.
It was
Yeah.
just nonsensical.
Yeah. So I feel you.
It's like that one free league game where I think I rolled like 40 times without getting a 6.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
The pain.
Gadsby. The pain. Gadsby, you've got a +3 bonus to everything.
I do, but do I have a target now?
You do. This worm is erupted out. You can now see the
You're close.
it's within shot.
Well, no, I was thinking about going a little hand to hand since everybody else feels like being devoured today, like some
Okay.
freakish anime.
Yeah, if you want to backtrack, you certainly can. And that would give you 4 swings.
Yes, it will. In fact, yeah, I'm just gonna, go all Wolverine on it.
Absolutely.
Here you go. First attack. Boom. That's gonna miss.
Yeah, we need a 20 to get these to hit. Now, did you include your
Oh,
+3?
wait. Oh, that's actually. I'm sorry. That is the. No, that is correct.
Let me take a look at
Sorry.
Gadsby.
Let me.
So your +1 dagger and your regular dagger.
Yeah, so that's okay. That's my short sword that I just attacked with, but I did it as I think I did a D16 on that attack. So that, yeah, I did. That's my untrained. So just consider that my untrained will be a failure. Okay.
Okay.
And here's my trained, which is going to be with the dagger +1. Boom. 16 still misses.
Yeah, you're 4 short.
All right. So next pass, the dagger +1 is my full D20.
That's a hit.
That'll hit 5 points of damage. And my D16.
3 short.
This is.
Okay. All right. Farbauti, you're inside and you have a friend.
All right. Well, I'll probably...
you screaming out, "Eat me" the entire time.
Nice. Eat me, like that scene from Men in Black.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to continue doing my work deep in this thing's guts.
Sure.
Using the D dice to keep up the shield wall, so to speak, seems like the thing to do. And let me hop back, turn that back to D20 for the initial action dice. Let's see how things go.
26 to hit,
Nice.
15 damage. That is fantastic. And you got your shield. Okay. And what weapon was this with?
This is with a longsword.
You bury your longsword in deep, and somehow, with this stab, you have managed to hit its little wormy brain.
I knew I'd find it eventually.
As the entire
Stupid.
thing goes rigid, it starts shaking violently and then just collapses across the tunnel floor. This giant, just purple meat tube laying out dead. And as it does so, it's like every muscle in its body relaxes. From deep in one of those tunnels, you hear a new rumbling with a disgusting smell. But more importantly, everything that it's recently consumed is regurgitated up and out. Now, Farbauti, you've braced yourself with your shield, so you're good here. But Sweeney, I do need you to give me a reflex save.
Oh.
Natural 20 or dirty 20, you are great.
Dirty 20.
As all of a sudden, all of these chunks and bits like start, just this wave of stomach juices and bile start flooding out of this thing's mouth. And as the two of you are like bracing, watching all of this go flying past you, those on the
I grabbed some of
outside.
the bigger like cilia and like pull it over, made it.
Yeah. As those of you on the outside are watching all of this stuff just spew out of its front end, Farbauti and Sweeney, you do see a humanoid figure kind of floating by in this sea of worm vomit.
I'm glad that when you said that, Chuck, you're watching somebody walk past you.
Uh-huh.
'Cause it looks
Ashley
like you're
walked
watching
past.
them.
It looked like you were, I was going to say the same thing. It looked like you were just watching as that went by you yourself.
You do see a figure floating.
All right. Get back here.
You reach out, you grab, and as you pull it close, you see the purple tentacled face of a dead, partially dissolved mind flare. And eventually,
Dang, so it was good at eating them too.
I want to stab it in the face for good measure, just in case.
you absolutely do stab it in the face for good measure. As all of you eventually reconvene with Farbauti and Sweeney just filthy with gore and... But Farbauti is also dragging behind the partially dissolved, crushed head corpse of a mind flare.
I'm going to plop it down just in case I make it back to the surface. I'm going to go back and cut off a good swath of that purple worm hide.
Oh, yeah,
Because
absolutely.
by God, that terrifying child of mine, his first shield, it's going to be a fucking purple worm hide shield.
That's
You
amazing.
could make them a full set of armor that'll be like a
Isn't there,
Saiyan.
So
Isn't
if
there
you
like a
hollow
stinger
out
on
the
the
mind
tail?
flayer head and you wear it, I wonder if it protects you from mind flayers.
All right, my son's first helmet is going to be a mind flayer skull.
That's great.
Farbauti going to be the most terrifying child on the face of this planet.
Yes, he is. Now, as you're all kind of recuperating for a moment, catching your breath, looking at this corpse, talking about what parts can be made into armor, Pitchfork, you do see a shiny bit of metal kind of poking out of the mostly like ruined clothing of the mind flare.
Oh, I'm willing to go in to get shiny bits from anywhere at any depth.
We know.
Let's go.
We're well aware.
As you reach down and you grab it, let me find where I hid that. Here it is. You pick out this strange looking amulet. Still in very good shape, despite being inside of a purple worm. And it's got this odd symbol on it, which you all would recognize as the same symbol that you found on those strange potions.
Okay. Well, I mean, is this something I can identify upon, or
Sure. If you want to just give me your spell casting test. It's a good test,
that
19.
actually came up good this time?
Yeah, you spend a handful of minutes kind of studying the magical energies to it. It seems like this, I guess it's more of like a brooch. It can be used to kind of extend some form of control over people who have ingested the potion.
Okay.
Ooh.
So not necessarily helpful for us.
Or
Maybe.
because they've been using that potion on a ton of spellcasters down there. So
Yeah.
it used at the right moment, you could potentially throw a real wrench in their
So you're thinking that like we control them with it?
I would
right.
also say maybe if we like slam one of those potions, because we've got several of them now, into one of those squid faces' mouths and make them drink their own potion, maybe we could use it on them.
Suppose that's possible. So who
If
wants to
only
be
we-
in charge of wearing this? Because I already got an amulet. Sounds fair.
Because I have a special hat that prevents me from being silenced, so you can't stop me from giving orders. I've got the Bardic hat, you see.
You do.
I keep forgetting I have Ring of the Ram.
Oh, you do, don't you?
A ring of the ram
do.
might have been awesome inside of that worm.
Oh, I know. I was like, oh, this would be a great time to use that. And then he died. And I was like, oh, damn. But I hit it like once and I'm like, oh, that would have been a good time to use it. I always forget that I have it.
All right. Give me a moment. All right. So for Bounty, I am working on getting that so I can throw it on your character sheet.
And now just hear the narrator from Baldur's Gate 3 saying, authority.
Yeah. That's it exactly. All right. It's on your sheets in treasures. Yep, on treasures, way at the bottom. Mind Flare, Mind Control Amulet. So, now with the threat of the worm kind of resolved, you're all able to continue your way across this tunnel. You carve off some huge chunks of worm hide, take the choice bits off the Mind Flare. And without that extra stress, the rest of you, everyone's able to kind of cross this. And eventually it settles back down into the regular tunnels that you're used to. As
I could use a lay of hands from the.
Oh, me too.
I do want to suggest just a food for thought idea that occurred to me.
Yeah.
Is that you know how they make like those little like tentacle beard like Cthulhu things that you can get? We should just do those with the mind flares. We'll make ourselves little tentacle beard things that we can wear.
Oh, just
Blend
to
right
blend
in.
in. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure
They'll
that's all
never
it
notice.
takes.
Yeah.
They'll never notice. They'll be
Never
like,
notice.
I see your tentacles are almost as long as mine.
We
Yeah,
all
yeah.
have Zoidberg masks.
Oh, I like it. So people needing lay on hands, I think that falls to Andrin.
Uh-huh.
You
And
click
by
on
that,
cleric.
I mean, it's
This is going to go
disapproval is
really
gonna
well.
hurt. Mm-hmm. It's first failure.
Okay. You keep
We'll
going.
try one more time. Hooray! Cleric immediately incurs an additional -1 penalty to all spell checks that lasts until the next day.
Colin steps out of the shadows and be like, you are terrible at your job, Andrin. He'll lay on hands Sweeney. That is a 19. Colin is chaotic. So Sweeney, you can see how many hit dice you take back. And then he'll put one on Farbauti as well. And that is an 18. He gives Andrew a little pat on the head. You should be ashamed.
I'm beyond feeling shame at this point.
All right. As you continue on. So the tunnels continue back as they're normal. You're taking track. You all could use some time if you wanted to retreat to your magic house to catch a rest.
Might not be the worst idea in the world.
Okay. Yeah, that's no problem. You can head inside, set it up, well hidden. And
Have ourselves a little nappy nap.
yeah, so that's 1 point to HP and 1 point to any stats that are down. Plenty of
Oh, give me
tasty food and bidets to go around.
Give me some of my
How
spell burn back and my spells.
What's up?
Gives me my spells back so I can lose them tomorrow.
There you go.
I was
All
going to
right.
say, how much HP do we get back for a nice bidet?
Well, technically resting in a safe space, I think it's 1, but I think I like how maybe it's Weird Frontiers. If you're in a safe spot, you can recover like 3 HP. So I think that would be cool if you all took 3 HP and then 1 per stat.
All right.
I'm trying to recall, does the disapproval reset to 1
Yes.
after a long rest?
Well,
Or
usually
does it step down?
it resets to 1.
But
You did draw
Your
from the
disapproval thing
disapproval table.
yeah.
Right, and that clears tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, it'll all reset.
Some of them do and some of them don't.
Yeah.
All right. For what it's worth, we got this big body of a creature that may or may not have swallowed a whole bunch of nonsense. Whilst everybody's doing the things that they're doing, I know it's gross, but I've got that nose that can smell gems and gold. I might go rutting around in its guts.
I can help you with that because I've got nothing else to do.
Okay. So I'll tell you what. For Bowdy, you're gonna give me a luck test.
Sweet.
And since Pitchfork's kind of helping guide, move things around with like his magical force so you can really get up in them guts. If you pass your luck test, I'll kind of increase. That is a pass.
Oh,
So I'll tell you what. Go ahead and roll me a with Pitchfork and for Bowdy. Each of you give me a D4. With the two of you working
1 and
together,
2.
yeah, you managed to find 3 pounds of raw gold.
Hooray, more gold.
And 3 pounds is a lot.
It is a lot.
Throw it into yonder heap of gold.
Yeah, pretty much.
The important thing is I like it raw.
Oh, baby, I like it raw. Yeah.
Ooh, baby.
So
Oh, baby.
you all retreat
I
for
like
the
it
night into the thing. You get a good night's rest. Next morning rolls around and you're ready to continue. So I want you all to kind of describe to me kind of the marching orders. You all move closer and closer to the Darrow lands that you have to pass through.
I assume Team Sneak is bravely leading the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds about right.
Don't forget, you guys got the extra action dice, full D20s.
Yes.
All right, so Team Sneak, give me your sneak rolls. Gadsby,
You know-
great. Sweeney, okay.
My sneak would be great if I could ever roll above a 10.
Yeah, it would.
I have a plus 11. And every time it's just
Yeah.
pathetic.
What?
You know, it's a poor halfling that blames his dice.
Yeah, well, I am a poor halfling. I'm a vagrant. That is my little occupation. Vagrant.
All right. And I would also like each of you to roll me an intelligence test. And this is for Team Sneak. Oh, nice,
Nice.
Sweeney.
Oh,
As
That's where I
usual.
make up with it with Gatsby.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So something, you're sneaking ahead. How far ahead do you sneak ahead of the party?
I think within line of sight so that we can at least signal back.
Okay. So not super far, but far enough
Mhm.
that their sounds hopefully
Yeah.
won't give you up. So, Gadsby, you are absolutely invisible. Sweeney, not so much. Gadsby, you are so focused on hiding and remaining unseen that you miss something that Sweeney notices. Sweeney, you hear ever so silently the sound of crunch, crunch,
I'll
like
put out a
feet.
hand to kind of stop Gadsby.
As you're listening,
I'll pause when he makes that questioning mark so that he knows it's not me.
mm-hmm. And Sweeney, you hear crunch, and it slowly sounds like it moves up in kind of your direction. And as you're paying attention, you hear this crunch, crunch. You're not seeing anything, but you hear it. And you hear or feel the slightest tug on your belt. As you see one of your daggers starts to very slowly and carefully lift up out of its sheath.
I'm put my hands down on my daggers and I'm kind of backing up.
You throw your hands down, you take a few steps back, and then all of a sudden you see a spot where just a little bit of dust kicks up as you hear rapid crunching moving away from you, and you can see footprints, but you never saw anyone as it runs away from you down the tunnel.
Interesting. Any idea what that might have been?
If you two want to spend some intelligence tests, you can try and sort it out.
Sure. Or not.
Sweeney is thoroughly confused. We'll see how Gatsby does.
I'm sorry, Chuck. Did you need
Throw out an intelligence test.
another one? Okay.
Yeah, because whatever this is, Sweeney noticed it was trying to lift one of his daggers out of its sheath, so he put his hands down, and all of a sudden this thing backed up and turned tail and ran and kind of disappeared. You never saw anything, but Gadsby, you can see the footprints running down the tunnel,
Ooh. So am I watching as the footprints appear?
You realize kind of after it's pointed out to you, you can see the footprints as they snuck up to Gads or Sweeney, And then
No,
after,
like, can I see them being made as it's running away?
they are
now that I know
running very quickly. I'll say by the time you realize it, it's kind of out there. But yeah, if you want to take a shot, you're welcome
Yeah,
to.
what kind of negative do you want to give me for shooting at? I'm leading it, is what I'm doing. So I'm watching
Okay,
the footprints.
yeah.
I'm leading it a little.
I'll tell you what, we're going to. I want to give this thing a.
Well, here, I'll roll and you can just tell me if
Yeah,
it hits.
yeah.
Do it that way. Yeah.
12.
I mean,
But you have some
if
rerolls.
if it's lucking it up within like 3 or 4 points of luck,
is.
which would be like
It
6
is.
points, it is.
You can spend 1 point of luck.
Okay, I will spend a point of luck.
Nice.
You killed the invisible swordsman.
All right, yeah, you hit your luck up, you inflict some damage. As you hear
8 points.
off in the distance a tunnel like fuck. And
Got it.
okay. As the sound
Finally
stops,
got the gnat.
move, doesn't seem to pick up any movement. As you kind of move up, you can see that there is blood, a little spot of blood on the ground where it hit. It leaves a little trail of blood. And a few steps later, you can see your bolt on the ground. It looks like it buried red blood on it, maybe like an inch in. But now you kind of lost sight of it again.
Should one of us go warn the others?
I look over at Sweeney and just kind of shrugs. It's like, well, it's bleeding now. We can follow it if we wanted to.
You could use this
here,
trail of blood.
Let me go back and let the others know what's going on, and you sit tight until we catch up to you, and then we'll track it. So I'll go back to the others and let them know. Some sort of maybe invisible thing. Gatsby tagged it. It's bleeding. We're gonna track it, but just it did something funny to my belt buckle and my daggers, and that's not a euphemism. Just keep an eye on your equipment.
Gotcha. I'm on full pucker mode.
Absolutely.
Fair.
Keep a hand on the goods.
Right.
Indeed.
All right. So if you're going to follow it, I won't make you roll. You're all skilled enough. You start tracking this small trickle of blood. And eventually it turns a corner and you can see that you're able to follow it. And you can see there is an ambush set up for you. And this is kind of the scene we're going to wrap here at the end of the night. You can see 6 people. There is very obvious wizardly looking dude in the back. An elf looking dude kind of hiding in the back. 2 big meaty fighters up front. A priest behind the fighters. And you can see kind of hiding behind the fighters, this sneaky looking thief human kind of holding their shoulder that's bleeding.
Did we just run into our party again? Like, do they have a beer carrier and a donkey also?
They don't.
Like,
they very much don't.
But he's like a wine carrier and it's actually a horse.
They are.
I have a plan. We're going to send in all of our NPCs first, and then we follow in behind. We'll use them as a distraction.
Okay. But
I mean, it may be worth talking to them or just fireballing them.
Well, that's true, because it doesn't. Well, we don't know. The wizard might not be under the control, which means we might be able to recruit him. That's true.
And even if they are, that's cool. I got it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll get the map sorted out for next week, and we'll figure out what's going to happen. because you winged their thief, you noticed their approach, and followed him back to their party. So,
Tell them all that we seem cool.
oh yeah. That could be the trick. Let's wrap this thing up. We'll start with Bert. You got anything happening this week, man?
I am taking the rest of this week off to heal up. Got pneumonia of some sort. It's been lingering, and I think I just need to rest my voice.
Sure.
So
I can dig that. All right. Jeremy, what do you got, man?
Aaron Reese on Patreon, comics, maps, tokens, fun stuff. Check it out.
Very cool. John?
Defenders of Cobalt YouTube channel. We have episodes of Oops All Goblins. We're very close to the end. We'll actually be recording the finale probably this Sunday.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we have other things in store. So keep tuned.
Yeah. All right. Dan?
Cheez-Its. Sorry.
I like
Go
Cheez-Its.
check out our Discord. I do too.
Yeah.
Dan is
we
the
got
official
our-
spokesperson for Cheez.
Yeah, sponsored, not sponsored.
Super sponsored.
Super sponsored. Yeah, go check out our Discord. We got memes, we've got frogs. Talk about our fun episodes.
There we go.
Think about Cheez-Its.
Think about
Or
Cheez-Its.
Kroger
I don't know.
pretzels. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Yeah. I'm open to being sponsored.
Yeah. There we go. Cheez-Its. Sponsor Dan.
Very compelling sell right there.
Yeah. And
we need a dice company to sponsor you. That's what we need.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think any dice company would.
They just need to get you dice that roll well, and then like that can be their success story.
Or you just need some
It
sort of
took
like
us
you're the only one sort of like selling, paraphernalia.
This
Well,
was
just-
Dan before Fantastidie. Now
I-
he's got a complete set of our polished polyhedrons. Look at him roll now.
I noticed that on Forge now you can buy like custom skins for dice for on your VTTs.
Well, you can already get dice so nice, and you can kind of customize them to some degree.
Yeah, these are like beyond that apparently.
Oh, wow.
Like in addition, yeah, they're like $5 or something.
Okay, pretty cool.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I thought that would be that'd be a neat thing,
Yeah.
but that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And as far as DOK goes, what do we got going? We got Friday. Joe is in Canada.
He was kidnapped by filthy Canadians.
Kidnapped by Canadians.
That's what happened for sure.
So this Friday and next Friday, I'm running some Walking Dead by Free League Publishing. So check that out. It'll be a lot of fun. Nothing on Saturday. And then next Wednesday, we'll be back here for more Night Below and figure out how this interaction is going to go.
I would like to point out that the Walking Dead game will be a Chuck special.
Yeah.
And if anybody here has ever seen a Chuck special, any of his handcraftedness.
Yeah. It's not going to be as weird as the
Walking
Tom
Dead.
Hanks. It's not going to be that
Zombie
weird.
puts its feet together like this.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah. All right. I don't fucking know. That's all I got. So let's make like some trees and get the fuck out of here. Goodbye, everyone.
Yes.
Bye. Leave. That's always the answer.